Hello, friends. Today we will talk about how to create a great team. I won't shy away from that word. And what, in general, is a great company.
In this episode, we will dive into the behind the scenes of the team working on our flagship project, Layan Verde. We will go behind the closed doors of working meetings to see how decisions are made and strategies are built. Let's meet the key figures of the team whose efforts and talents make the realization of such an ambitious project possible. We will take a detailed look at the current stage of the Layan Verde project and discuss the amount of work that has already been completed. Get ready for an incredible and exclusive journey into the heart of one of the most exciting and renowned projects in the history of Phuket.
But before we talk about the team, I would like to discuss a little about the luxury real estate in Phuket. In Phuket, there are cool and stylish, luxurious properties such as Amanpuri, Anantara, Banyan 3, and Trisera. With the fingers of one hand, I listed all the cool projects. They all have one thing in common. The technologies are already outdated. For example, Amanpuri has been a project for over 30 years, in my opinion. Even in Layan Green Park, in our first project, we have already received the H environmental certification. To obtain it, we needed to implement smart home systems. In these systems, we save electricity. We will create a water conservation system and collect rainwater. We save more than 40% on electricity and water if we do not use these technologies. Even in such small details, like the fact that today, a Type-C is needed to charge the iPhone. Model 15. However, in those projects, all of this is certainly absent. It's not just what I say, but many of the guests, you can ask the investors, they say that in fact, it turned out better than in the renderings. We recently conducted a soft opening, which came as a big surprise to us, as we quickly experienced a full booking. This is when the entire hotel is booked and there are no rooms available. And right now the hotel is currently full, with 100% occupancy. Just imagine how much energy this gives us to move forward with our new project, Layan Verde, an iconic and prestigious project, making it one that will have a waiting list for a year. Of course, when we talk about a project that will be in the top 100 in the world, it must be created by a team of the top 100 people in the world. But where do we find them? Have we looked for specialists in Phuket? There are no such specialists. Have we looked in Thailand? Yes, but they are super busy there. Have you checked in Singapore? They are busy too, although some of them flew to us. We lived in Dubai, in the United Arab Emirates, where the boom is, and found a renowned architect, Mohammed Adib, who flew to us, fell in love with the project, and created the conceptual and visual masterpiece that we see here.
Mohammed Adib, the founder of the Dewan Architectural Bureau, has earned international recognition for its contribution to architecture. Dewan ranks among the top 40 architectural firms in the world and is one of the top 3 architectural firms in its region. They are behind a number of outstanding projects, including Dubai Harbor Residential in the United Arab Emirates, Seoul Forest Eco Park, and Dragon Tower in Vietnam. These projects showcase an innovative approach and the unique style of Dewan, which contributes to the creation of meaningful and sustainable architecture on a global scale.
Hi, nice to see you again.
You have been working on our project for more than half a year, around 7 to 8 months. Please tell us what you have managed to accomplish.
I think that the progress is going quite well. Obviously, there's always ups and downs in design, and we found out certain problems and certain local norms that we had to adapt to. But currently, it's full swing ahead. We have finalized the design. So the design, the idea, the buildings, the apartments, the hotels, everything is, the master plan is ready. What we are working now with the local architect to adapt everything to what's required here to apply for the planning. And I think it's going on track, and the result is very nice. I'm really very, very proud of the finished result.
Let's also explore what difficulties you faced in developing this project.
I think really the main issue is the understanding of what we were contracted to do. The most difficult part is we are doing concept and we stop at concept, whereas Olga was expecting a lot more engineering, which is not done in concept. I mean, this is an international thing. The other reason that there have been some complication was the other teams joined very late. You know, usually when we start concept, we have the project manager, we have the engineering, we have the structure. So there is also a concept for structure or concept for mechanical and electrical. So that is incorporated from the beginning, whereas we work totally separate. Also, we had some problems before, you know, with certain regulations that were continuously changing, and this affected us as well. All these affect in small matters, but if they affect now, it's very easy to solve. If they come in very late, it's more complicated to solve.
The team is truly the heart of any project, and to ensure its smooth operation, Archetype plays a key role. Archetype Group specializes in project management and has impressive experience and global reach. 26 offices worldwide, 1,000 employees, and the successful completion of 1,500 projects in 50 countries highlight their extensive capabilities and experience.
Well, the main reason of this meeting was to give the message to the owner and also to all the stakeholders that the things are properly put in place, what has been already achieved, where we are, what are our current challenges, and how to move forward.
This was a working meeting with our important partners, Archetype, the project construction manager, who manage all processes, and all architects. Most importantly, today we also discussed the budget for the entire project. Now they have created the first model, the initial reviews, and it is clear that we need to reduce costs and the construction expenses.
What should be also mentioned is that on the meeting we have also shown the cost and the quantities. We have also demonstrated some savings. We are trying to make the whole project in a very more in an efficient way. We are still further discussing where we can optimize the cost, not to compromise the quality. We understand now from the owners also what are the key importance to keep the architectural features, the green features of the project. So we are trying to target the items which are maybe less important and to make the project within the budget.
These guys know how to build skyscrapers and projects of any complexity. They presented us with a BIM model, showing how everything is organized in BIM and how much more efficiently we are currently managing our project. There were about 20 people at this meeting here and now, but in total, at least 100 people are already working on the project. Architects, daredevils, builders, engineers, land researchers, and all that.
Archetype Group plays an important role in bringing together all project specialists into a single, harmoniously functioning team, allowing the project to operate like a well-tuned clock. However, behind this process is a person whose vision, efforts, and dedication laid the foundation for the entire project.
I want to introduce you to the very first employee. Indeed, the person without whom none of this could have happened. There would be no business, no team.
Beloved.
Hello.
Hello.
Let's talk about. Well, I mean, we are a business channel. Let's recall a little bit of history. What roles did you hold in the business and when?
I came in and met with the team. I remember they were a small group of guys. I parted ways with some of them fairly quickly. I realized we don't communicate politely, we don't respond promptly, and so on. I started to get involved in these processes. It was probably the position of deputy director, which is how it can be referred to in the usual sense.
What do you consider to be the key growth points?
In the entire history of the company, we had a strong surge, probably in 2015. Then, there was a surge before the pandemic, another significant boost. After that, the pandemic, I believe, had a very strong impact. We saw a significant reduction, but profitability increased.
Our peak was, in 2018 to 2019, we earned $2 million. For us, that was a huge amount of money. And then the pandemic hit, we had to cut back sharply. But in 2019, we decided right here on this little balcony that we would have a development company. I made the decision, and you supported me.
Well, yes, of course. I remember what I told you. I don't want to build any ugly houses. I want it to be beautiful, to be eco-friendly, and to have places where families can relax with their children. In other words, it should be a family-oriented experience.
We started Google Sustainable Building, trending.
Yes, this is the first time we Google sustainable.
Yes.
Studied this topic.
Yes, we started studying all of this, and that was key. But I also remember, I drew on a napkin for you how much money, the figures.
The napkin isn't tired.
Oh, really? Cool. Well, indeed, we have grown a lot over the last year.
We launched the hotel. People in a hotel, 150.
168 was the last time I asked. And there's also our landmark project Layan Verde right now. The staff there is just growing every day, approximately. In fact, they are currently expanding.
There are 7 to 8 openings per recruiter, 3 of them.
Before delving into the details of our project, it is important to obtain up-to-date information about its current status. Danshina, the project manager for Layan Verde, can provide the most up-to-date and accurate information on the current stage of the project.
This week, we are submitting a package to obtain the EAI permit. We needed to gather information on 78,000 square meters of land, including how much we are building, the number of apartments, the height of the building, the green area, and the amount of parking. In other words, all of these parameters needed to be finalized. We plan to receive the certificate by the end of July. Next, we will prepare to obtain the construction permit. We are expanding our sales geography and, for example, we are currently actively targeting Israel and Eastern Europe. We have sold over 10% of the apartments. In construction, we are actively preparing to start the building process. We have received the first estimate and are currently trying to optimize it. This estimate and the tender process for selecting the main contractor will begin. Initially, we will send invitations to a wide range of international companies, most likely from Bangkok, and there will be several stages of selection. In a couple of months, I will already share who our main contractor will be.
The interest in the project is indeed high.
Igor Solomatin, the commercial director of Villa Cart Group, has over 10 years of experience in the largest development companies in Russia. This experience allows him to effectively communicate with potential buyers and partners, promoting projects and construction initiatives at a high level.
We have started to establish a separate line of work with brokers. We began holding business breakfasts, inviting them, sharing information, and immersing them in the project and its details. Regarding clients, we have truly transitioned to a 7-day work week. This also bears fruit as there are currently a large number of vacationers on the island, and for people here, every day is a holiday. We must always be ready to welcome them. Carta Group is a diverse company. The company is active and rapidly growing, with over 200 people working in it this year, and still it maintains a sense of family and a human approach in everything, a people-centeredness. The project is about people. It is the people who stand behind it. This is the architect Mohammed Adib, who visits the site, checks the project, observes how and where each building will be located, as well as what the view from it will be. These are our strong partners from the company Shma, responsible for the improvement of this project, and this is Vadim, who, firstly, has extensive experience working on the island, and secondly, truly possesses a great youthful enthusiasm and readiness for quick action, adaptability to rapid changes, and the ability to achieve impressive results swiftly. Therefore, this is a blend of people who will allow us to create such a class, a cool, strong, and unusual project. I want to believe not only in the island, but in the whole country.
This is our 4th project on the island at Phuket. We have the first Layan Park Phase 1, Layan Park Phase 2. We also have a villas complex that we are currently building. And this is the 4th project. However, it certainly stands out in terms of scale, architecture, and many other parameters. Our team has significantly expanded. We are broadening our sales geography. The first wave has emerged. A person who responds to any request within 10 minutes. This is the initial launch of sales. Prices have increased by 20,000 per square meter, and we have the opportunity to raise prices. We are still in the market because there is demand.
Hi, Alia. Guys, this is our chief architect for the entire in-house project.
Olga Rybenzeva officially holds the position of head of the project department and manages a team of architects. A particular source of pride in her personal portfolio is the Cultural Center HES2 in Moscow, which has gained the status of an iconic place where she, as part of a local architectural bureau team, adapted the concept of Italian architect Renzo Piano.
There's a lot of work going on behind the scenes that you can't see, but we're going to show and tell you all about it right now. Pay attention. Here is this entire terraced mountain. I don't know if it's visible on camera or not, but there is a drop of more than 20 meters there. This will be a terraced development with a view of the sea from above. And if you look over there, you can see the view of the mountains. Guys, well, we are currently standing.
We are behind the Ocean Club, which means approximately. Well, this is where the wedding chapel will be, but it will be a little taller.
Yes, yes, yes. And behind us there are already existing Class B buildings. And then there is a cascade of pools. And there's the A Mountain, right? Correct. Indeed. Yeah. Well, guys, the frame won't fit here, but this is indeed a large area, approximately almost 8 hectares in total. And everything you will see in the film today will be built here on this site. We are currently filming this movie about the team. You are a key member of the team, and I would like you to share a little bit about yourself.
When I was formally hired, I was designated as an architect. However, I am not involved in the actual design work here. Instead, I represent the interests of the client. Somehow, by communicating with you, I gather and accumulate an understanding of what you want to see in the project, and then I convey that to the designers in specific, detailed, and comprehensive instructions and guidelines. It's not just about simply saying I like it or I don't like it. I tell them what needs to be changed.
BIM. You mentioned BIM. I remember how much it increased our contracts and how strongly you convinced me that we needed all of this. Show me how it is already helping us. What is BIM?
Building information modeling, that is, the information model of buildings. Usually, what do we get from designers? 2D drawings, lots and lots of boxes. It is very difficult to coordinate, for example, the architectural drawing of the 5th floor and the ductwork drawing of the 5th floor. When we work in BIM, we actually, and the designers actually, will still produce these drawings, but more as a formality, because the main work is done in the model. And we can view the entire 5th floor in the model, which will include architecture and structure, as well as the air ducts, electrical systems, and elevators. And we will at least be able to immediately see that if our electrical engineer designed their section without looking at the work of the duct engineer, naturally, they will intersect. And we will see this right away in the model. We will issue them a remark, but we will not see this adjustment.
Now let's turn our attention to the landscape design, which is handled by Shma Company Ltd. The company has established itself as a leader in its field, as evidenced by receiving over 10 awards from the Thai Association of Landscape Architects in 2021. Shma Company Ltd has extensive experience in implementing international projects of various scales, including residential complexes, hotels, commercial and urban spaces, public parks, biodiversity conservation projects, and master planning.
I'm Namchai Saisupa. I'm co-founder of Shma Company Limited, and we design landscape for Layan Verde project. With its aim to become the world-known iconic project, we look at the site and search the history, and we found that the location where the project is located was a tin mining region, the mineral that made Phuket famous and rich in the past. And after the tin mining era, people start to realize how beautiful the incomparable white beaches of Phuket are, how its rich natural and cultural resources contribute it to become the new destination of tourism, hence the name given, Pearl of Andaman. We start looking at the different characteristics of natural components that Phuket has, from the beach and the island to the cave, traveling up the stream and waterways, until we reach at the waterfall. All these are abandoned and all found in Phuket. And we wish to combine all this into one place. And together it will create the new gems to be discovered. We combine all these natural characteristics of Phuket Island. You may notice that the journey inside the project itself is upstream, starting from the entry point at the lowest, as if you travel from the sea, arrive at the bay and the island, and then climbing up the stream and the waterways, through the jungle, going up to the hills, going through the cave, and finally you arrive at the highest point of the project site, where you get the best view on top of the waterfall. We create two forms of walkways. One is on the surface, ground floor, climbing up the hills. This is to access the different terrains of the landscape. And the second one is the canopy walk at flat level, so that everyone can access all areas in the easier manner. We are very happy to be part of the team that built this world-known destination for Phuket and be part of the future sustainable community. Thank you.
A cohesive and experienced team contributes not only to the creation of a unified vision for the project, but also to its development and improvement. This is confirmed by the attention from Colliers International Thailand, who see potential for investment in our project. Colliers International is an international consulting company specializing in the real estate market, providing services in valuation, consulting, property management, and investments.
I studied the economy of Layan Verde. Yes, the returns on investments in this project can, indeed, be high. Our company conducted financial research, and its results are one of the main reasons why we decided to work with this team, especially considering their previous projects. Strong financial indicators are further supported by high demand for elite real estate. This applies to both hotel offerings and condominiums. Our current goal is to work with very large investors, potential partners in other words, partners with whom we can create joint ventures.
And this project is of such a level, it meets these criteria.
The return on investment for Layan Verde can be around 40%. This is the internal rate of return, which is truly impressive.
The project is actively developing, and ahead of us lie many new challenges and meetings with new people. We are enthusiastically ready to welcome them to our team, expanding our ranks with talented and dedicated professionals who will help us move forward and reach new heights in the implementation of our project.
If you definitely want to become a part of this business through investments, Layan Green Park, we're investors who were among those first to believe in us and start investing. This was our very first project. It was much harder for them to believe back then. They earned X2 on their real estate investments, which are indeed very serious numbers. I assume that we will have no less impressive figures in Layan Verde, at least until the end of construction, and at most, if you look at other iconic projects. I refer to this as the iconic project. The price increases. For example, in the case of the Burj Khalifa, the price was the same, around $6,000–$8,000 when it started being built. And now it's $47,000. The last time I checked, $47,000 per square meter. Imagine, if you don't know anything about Layan Verde, our projects, Lovisto Villas, or Layan Green Park, we will leave a link in the description. Please submit your inquiries, and we will definitely tell you everything, show you, and provide consultations. And then you can make your own decisions, to buy or not to buy. Guys, if you haven't seen our first episode, How We Chose an Architect yet, be sure to check it out, right here at this link. And we continue to film everything we do in a live format. Openness is our value, and that's why we remain open.
In the next series, we will travel to the vibrant city of Bangkok with a potential buyer and blogger, Alexandra Kondrashov. There we will meet with the companies working on the Layan Verde project, visit their offices, see what stage their work is at, learn about their plans, and discuss with the managers what still needs to be done. We will also see their projects in reality, including the skyscrapers and complexes they are building and have already built. Don't miss it! It's going to be amazing.